Edna, we should have met them in the Champions League finals. Mo German
Enemone.
Welcome to the Four Pools podcast. We are here to preview the weekend European matches. Barca for the same man. PSG beat them by 2 goals in the Champions League. Mama mako German man them gwasi abekame. Real Madrid.
The rough. I guess that's a jollof.
Charlie, that be hard though.
Wednesday, I go bed. Charlie, I bed. I don't go for bed.
It's Manda.
Boy, bed now about 3.
Yeah, were you traveling with the team back to AE?
Though, Charlie, I was thinking how I was going to handle these truths. Before that, I've yobbed. Said a lot. That we are going to beat PSG. We'll beat them and beat them well. But unfortunately, once again, welcome to the Four Pools podcast. Prince, Charlie, we are starting.
Yeah.
I will say the Yankopon Yankopon Sim. I will say we are going to preview the weekend matches right from the Italian Serie A to the Spanish La Liga to the German Bundesliga and also to the English Premier League. Bompaye na fa share Yankopon Sim.
Heavenly Father, thank you this afternoon for giving us light. We pray that our predictions will see a green light and some teams will bright this weekend. Amen.
Father Lord, make sure Real Madrid lose, Chelsea lose.
But my bomb pay will now to us. I'm done with them. You say I should pray. I've prayed. So why are you interjecting my prayers to God?
You see, what I wanted you to say, you didn't say it.
Okay. Next time you pray.
Erade Misrael, my Chelsea lose. My Real Madrid didn't lose. Na Barca win. Na PSG for ensure 10. Hallelujah.
Amen.
So me one pie.
Okay, bye.
Team be a share blue be a lose. Chelsea, Barcelona, PSG.
What's a share blue?
Yeah, share blue.
Blue.
Yeah, share blue.
Okay, share blue.
Orange.
You.
Okay. All right. So we started from the English Premier League. Bournemouth versus Fulham today. Who's with them?
I think Bournemouth are the favorite here. Yeah. They are in fine form at home, very solid. Yeah. Andoni Iraola, he's one of the underrated coaches in the Premier League, and it's with time we'll get to see how good he is. Already you know that he's very, very good.
He has done very well.
Yeah.
Massive transformation with the Bournemouth team.
A team that loses, almost the entire backline, and they still compete at this level. It tells you that this is a manager that is doing something incredible. Fulham can disturb you very, very well. They can disturb you, but I think Bournemouth are good. And Antoine Semenyo, I hope, and I think he's going to score again this weekend. Very fine and on form. So I'll go for Bournemouth to win that game.
Tony.
Yeah, I think it's a foregone conclusion for Bournemouth. Yes, I think it's a London battle. It will be a very hard clash, but there's no way Fulham is going to beat Bournemouth. Yes, Fulham are going to bring in the big players, the Joshua King, the Alexi Iwobi, the Van Nelsons, and they are going to pose threat to the Bournemouth defense because comparing it to last season, they are a bit porous. Because they are now starting to collaborate and started to feel the chemistry, but I don't think it's going to stop them from beating Bournemouth at home, the Vitality Stadium. They are going to enhance that.
Is Fulham a team we can underrate that much? Because this is a team, even though you see a match you expect them to win, they lose. What you expect them to lose, they draw or they win. Against Manchester United, we all saw what they did to Manchester United. At the end of the day, they had that draw against Manchester United. It's like you guys are underrating Fulham that much.
Yeah, they are solid side, honestly. There's no doubt. They can punish you. They are they have a lot of pacey players in the team. And the fact that they are always in mid-table means that this is a team that you can't underrate. Yeah. But Bournemouth also are very, very strong side. They are strong, and these type of games, you don't usually, you lose them. They make sure that they take the point at home, and then they get a job done. So
and also, had this match been at home for Fulham, yes, it would be a different story. But Fulham in the Premier League, their away matches, they've lost all and drawn one match. That was against Brighton. So I don't think it's going to be a different story to talk about. It's just going to be another fantastic story for Bournemouth today.
I have interest in it because of Antoine Semenyo. He will be playing for the Black Stars in the next AFCON World Cup qualifiers. Now Manchester United will play in Southampton. At first of 10 years ago, 20 years ago, a mere formality for Manchester United
Against Sunderland.
But now, Sunderland just came from the Championship. Usually, a club that just comes from the lower division to the Premier League, a club like Manchester United would have found it. It would have been an easy game for Manchester United. But this is a Manchester United team that's struggling under Ruben Amorim. They struggle to win 2 matches in a row. Sunderland has been very good since they joined them. I mean, there are inclusions they made. We talk of Granit Xhaka, we talk of Simon Advingra, we talk of those. I mean, they made proper business, and they've been very good in the English Premier League so far.
Yeah, I mean, Sunderland has done very well. The money they got, they spent it very well. They didn't go for French players or unreliable players. They went for the experienced players, and they went for a bit of youngsters and a bit of people that we all know in the Premier League terrain, like Simon Adingra. They brought in back Granit Xhaka. They've changed the whole formality of the get reader. There is a Renido. Yes, there's a lot of changes, and they still have Isidore, who was their championship goal king in there for Sunderland. So they are all set and done. However, in as much as we all say Manchester Sun, it's still Manchester United. Mind you, Sunderland has lost 1 game in the Premier League. It was against Burnley. Burnley were defeated by Manchester United. I'm not using it as a formality to say that Burnley, yes, a Burnley, that's a Burnley, man, you will be PSG factor. I'm using it based on, I'm just saying it. But yes, it's going to be a tough battle, but it shouldn't even be a discussion to even.
No, you see, it's a discussion because it's currently.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
And currently, Burnley Sunderland are feet on the table. Feet on the table, right? And then Manchester United are 14th on the table.
I mean, it's an improvement on last season, but last season they were 15th. This is their 14th. It's an improvement on last season.
I mean, the fact that they are playing against Man United changes the dynamics of the game.
Yeah.
Of course, Sunderland have been very good, and I don't think it's just peculiar to them. The newcomers this season are very strong. Sunderland, Burnley, they are very strong. Yeah. And the fact is that since April, they've had more points than Man United.
Yeah.
They are doing very, very well. So you can't bet on Man United, and you don't know what to expect from this Man United team when they show up. Is it going to be the United team that will play very, very well, but still can't convert their chances? Yeah. And that is their problem this season. The data shows that United are doing well in some underlying
in chances creation
and all of that. Yes, but the shot conversion is very, very poor. They are creating chances far away from the goalpost, and so you can't say that this Man United team, even if they play well, will score the goals. But Sunderland have been very, very good. So you can't say that United are going to get the result even at home.
Yeah, Manchester United are playing at the Old Trafford, and the name Manchester United, and then even at home. But I don't think Manchester United will be an easy game, because Sunderland, yes, they have. You see, irrespective of the bad form of Manchester United and the bad coach they have Bruno Fernandes, they have Brian Mbeumo. Yes, on any day things can work perfectly for Manchester United. By Sunderland, they are going to play against. Yes, but Manchester United will win.
You think Man United will win?
Yeah. Offer. Manchester United will win.
I'm not trusting Manchester United in any of my bets these days. So if you are listening to me and you love bets like I do, just go Sunderland to score. They will definitely score Manchester United. I'm not saying Sunderland win. Yeah. I'm saying Sunderland to score. Sunderland are definitely going to score Manchester United.
So Sunderland has scored 7 goals in the English Premier League this season. Mm-hmm. They've scored 7, conceded 4. Manchester United has scored 7 goals, conceded 11.
So almost twice as they score. Yeah. So I think it's a goal both teams
to score.
But for me, United's best would be a draw.
Okay. Yeah. Ruben Amorim. Should there be a twist in his tactical plan?
I mean, he has said it time and time again that he's not willing to change his
Isn't he?
philosophy.
I mean, is he not being too stubborn?
He is.
He is.
Because it's not working.
The truth is, he is, and he doesn't want us to see that. Oh, I was wrong, and so I'm changing, and then the acceptance of the defeat that this didn't go well, so let me change. That's it.
But you see, Ruben Amorim have not seen anything in the game yet. He's a young coach. Even coaches like Pep Guardiola learn, they twist something. Current Pep Guardiola is not the same Pep Guardiola in 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
He has changed. So what's stopping you? What's wrong in changing?
I'm even surprised because I'm even using the Manchester United into perspective. When Sir Alex Ferguson came, he used the 4-4-2 in the interim. When he saw that the 4-4-2 is being outmoded, he changed it from 4-4-2 to 4-3-3, making it easier for the players to adapt so that he will get the result that he wants to get. Look at Antonio Conte, for example. He came, he wanted to use a 4-back. 4-back Nemfa and a 3-back. You've used the 3-back. The 3-back is not working. Why don't you, even if you don't want to change the 3-back, there's various variations of the 3-back.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways in which you can use the 3-back to get the best, especially out of the attackers, because I think the most important part of where the problem lies is the attack. The attack is not functioning as much as you expect them to do. So if you don't want to change the 3-back where you want to play the 3 defenders, the front liners you can change a bit. Instead of playing Ahmad as a wing back, trying to say Bruno is a number 8, meanwhile he's not a number 8, and those kind of stuff. You can change the 3-back. You can play the Otuado's formation 3-4-3. Get your.
I think he's been stubborn with his principles. I mean, it's not by force that your 3-back should always have or shouldn't have natural wingers, always have wing backs. You can make good use of those attacking players who have like Brian Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha, even though they are not natural wingers. But at least you can try them because the double number 10 is not working for them.
Yeah.
It's clear that it won't work and it's not for Manchester United good. And you are being criticized and you are still being stubborn. I think enough of that.
So they should sack him.
Sack him. I've said it time and time again that if you are talking about the most selfish owner in the world, it's Ineos and Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So if you are expecting him to sack him, forget. He's stingy. He's expected to cough some money so that when he gets the results, he's not expected to
Yes, I saw some statistics this morning. I saw some figures this morning that since Sir Alex Ferguson, Manchester United has spent £55 million on compensation for coaches.
Yeah, yes. Mourinho, Van Gaal,
Ole,
David Moyes,
Ten Hag.
We talk of what's his name?
I mean, they have Ten Hag,
Eric Ten Hag,
and
other things. Yes. You understand? They are coaches. They've spent a lot of money on. So do you think Manchester United should repeat that mistake?
They are not. I'm telling you that.
But if this mistake is not repeated, Ruben Amorim, can he change?
I mean, according to the reports that I heard, I think one of the most loyal Manchester United sources, that's the Manchester Evening News, they were saying something about Sir Jim Ratcliffe just waiting till the end of the season to sack Amorim. And if that's the case, they are here. Get ready for championship.
Yeah, because play good relegation.
Get ready for championship because if the coach is not willing to change his style and you are just waiting for him to finish the season, more championship.
Okay, more championship. The big game, Liverpool versus Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge. Chelsea are going to play with defensive injury crisis. Kopama out.
Yeah.
Liverpool are going to the game without Alisson Becker. They lost in the Champions League to Galatasaray.
So at the bridge, we are all expecting a very nice KG encounter. You take Chelsea into perspective. It has been a roughy month for them. Yes, especially with the red cards incidences. But with the Liverpool situation, I don't think they will. Would they miss Alisson? Yes, I'll start with the goalkeeper situation.
Yeah, they will miss Alisson.
Would they miss Alisson?
Yeah.
Yes, they will miss him. Not as in his presence and his goalkeeping abilities, but they've brought in a more capable keeper who can be, should I say, a backup. That's Mamadashvili.
Yeah.
So yes, it is not going to be a problem for Liverpool, especially with the fact that Chelsea has not really showed much in the last 3-4 matches for you to say they are going to pose a threat. Somebody will say it's at the Stamford Bridge. Yes, it's at the Stamford Bridge, but when you are a club in which you are coming onto the bridge and you have a good record against them, you are poised for victory. I don't think Liverpool are going to lose. I think it's going to be a draw match. Liverpool, I think their most should I say a porous part will be a bit of the defense, because Konate isn't really on its form. It should have been a different case if maybe Cole Palmer was available, where him and Esteban would try to take off their wing back, either Kekes or Frimpong, but he's not there for him to pose as the creative masterpiece of Chelsea's front line. So personally, I think it will be a draw, and even if there's going to be a win, it's going to be a win for Liverpool.
You think generally the match you see a draw, right?
Yeah, I see a draw.
Okay, Alisson Becker will be missing in the match. Now, Alisson Becker has made 235 appearances for Liverpool, 37. So with Alisson 235 matches, without Alisson 37 matches. Now these are the permutations. Go against per game with Alisson 0.9, without Alisson 1.3. Save percentage with Alisson 73%, without Alisson 67%. Points per match with Alisson 2.2, without Alisson 2.4. Win percentage with Alisson 66%, without Alisson 73%. So that means without Alisson they have a higher win percentage.
I think the win percentage went high
because of the number of matches.
The number of matches, and last season's result was whenever Alisson was out, Kelleher was capable of being in post and winning them the matches.
If more, less divide.
So I mean,
because of the number of matches, definitely.
And now it's Mamardashvili who is going to replace him, right? Yeah. I think he's a competent goalkeeper from Valencia. He was fantastic last season. So I'm not sure they're going to. There will be some times that they will miss him. They will miss Alisson because he saves them a lot of times. But with Mamardashvili, they won't be much worried. The issue is outside the goalkeeping department. In midfield, in the attack, and even in defense, they still have problems to solve, Liverpool. And Florian Wirtz has his own issues. It's not that he's not playing very, very well. He's woeful, but he's not at the end of Liverpool's chance creation. He's not giving the assist and the pre-assist. In the game, you see him making some good moves and all of that. But Liverpool naturally tilts towards Mohamed Salah to finish their chances and even create their chances in the final third. So we're not seeing the influence of Florian Wirtz. I mean, Isak and Ekitike dilemma is also there for the coach to solve and slot. And all of these things, they have a lot of new elements in the team. Like on the laterals, Jeremy Frimpong is new, Milos Kerkez is new. Up front, Florian Wirtz is new, Isak is new, Ekitike is new. So all of these things, they have to take time for them to play at the level of last season. They are not at their level yet. And I think that if you are meeting Chelsea at this stage, it is quite worrying. The last time they played at the Bridge, it was 3-1 for Chelsea. Kopama was on the field, but this time he's not. Chelsea have a lot of injury issues, and it's going to hurt them. But with the Chelsea home record against them, yes, the last 10, Chelsea have won just one. 4 draws, 5 wins for Liverpool. And you go back to 2020 before you get a win for Chelsea. A win for Liverpool at Chelsea. So it is a ground that they don't really get the wins there. But I think that if they're going to win, this is the time for them to get a win at Chelsea.
So you think Liverpool
win? Get it.
A bit of Chelsea problem. I just remember that there's a bit of, like we said, the red cards and the injuries. Do you know Chalobah will be out of this game?
Red card.
So who will be the defense? Tosin, Badiashile, or Jose Champon?
Tosin and Badiashile, I think.
I've changed my mind. Liverpool straight to it. It's a win for Liverpool. there's no way Tosin and who's the other one? Who's the other one?
Badiashile.
Badiashile can stop Isak or Ekitike or Gakpo or
No, but
whoever starts or Mo Salah.
you see, Liverpool attack too hasn't been deadly of late. Mohamed Salah, I mean, he's not
He's
on
off,
fine
yeah.
form. It's only Ekitike we can talk of.
But Liverpool still have goal scorers around the team.
Yes.
You have
Even Gravenberch.
Sobos like Gravenberch. These guys can pop up. Cody Gakpo can pop up and score a goal. Isak, if he's failed, I'm sure he's will. So they have a lot of threat. I mean, against Chelsea, but can Chelsea also pull up that same threat against them? That's the question. So yes, it's at home, but Chelsea's best. They have to look at it. It's probably going to be a draw.
All right, so probably going to be a draw. Still in the English Premier League on Sunday, it's actually going to be another encounter where we are going to see Aston Villa, Burnley, Everton. Aston Villa, Burnley, your prediction?
Oh, Aston Villa straight.
Your prediction? Preston, your prediction?
Burnley.
Burnley to win
Yeah.
against Aston Villa. Okay, but Brentford and Manchester City.
Oh, for Brentford and Manchester City, I think Brentford will try and pose a shot because when you put things into perspective, whenever Brentford plays at their stadium, I've forgotten the name of the stadium, but whenever they play in their home grounds, they are more dangerous because they pose more threats when they are sitting at home. Yes, last season they lost, but
So they're playing at the Brentford Community Stadium.
yes, Brentford Community Stadium. I think it's going to be a very cagey encounter, especially after what we saw against Monaco just this Wednesday. It shows that Manchester City are not, done as we thought they are. They are not, set as we all thought maybe the team has,
They've recovered their good form.
They are good form. Yeah, it's not reached that. So I think it's going to be a cagey encounter, but I think the boys can still do it against Keith Andrews Brentford. I mean, it's not going to be a very difficult.
Manchester City will beat Brentford. Now to the Spanish La Liga. On Saturday, Real Madrid versus Villarreal. Real Madrid lost their last La Liga match to Atletico Madrid by 5-2. Would they like to at least redeem that good form or redeem their self in the... At least they would like to make a statement that yes, they are not out of the title race. Yes, they still have higher chances of winning, which we've played limited matches and therefore you can't see who is going to win the title yet. But tomorrow against Villarreal. Villarreal has been good this season. And on the Spanish La Liga table right now, we have Barcelona on top. And then we have Villarreal are currently sitting third with 16 points. So 2 points between Villarreal and then Real Madrid with 18 points.
Quite a cagey game. Very cagey. And Madrid, after that humiliation in the derby, the comeback has to stay on. They won 5 in Kazakhstan and playing at home to Villarreal. It's a game that produces goals in the last couple of years. And with Villarreal's form, when they made the signings, they signed Partey and then this Chelsea defender.
I've forgotten the name. Renato Vieira.
Yes, I knew that this is a team that will put up a challenge this season, and then even in the Champions League, they are doing something quite well. So it's a game that Madrid have to be very careful.
Yeah.
But I think that they have enough quality at the back. They are missing Trent and Carvajal.
Yeah.
So that's where the worry is.
So you know you're going to see Raúl and Gio Valverde as the right back.
That partnership is quite the suspect. So Madrid will have enough to win. Mbappe, solid form. Now his goals are guaranteed. So I see Mbappe scoring again, and Madrid will win. It will be a close game, probably 2-1 or 3-2.
So you think Madrid easily win? You?
So yeah, as a Madrid fan, I want to start with the Villarreal side. Now the Villarreal side have been more composed. This isn't they've continued their fine form from last season, and they've brought on this season. They've brought on new players. Renato Vieira. Yes, they lost their best player. That's Ali Baena to
Atletico Madrid, yes, but no problem.
But they have no problem. They brought in, I think, a young lad from Las Palmas to replace him, so they are just good to go. They have Thomas Partey, even though I think he's now trying to get himself into the team proper.
But you don't expect Thomas Partey to start because one, he just went to the team and then two, he's going through some situations as well.
But I mean, they still try to start him, but either way, it's all up to them. Maybe they'll start Danny Pareo or something like that. And also, there's one player, Georges Mikatadze. Now, we all know him from his time in the Euros to when he went to Lyon. He has been scoring goals, and now he has come to the Spanish Premier League. He's the reason why Eta Young moved from Villarreal to Levante. So I think he's also a very likely threat to Villarreal, on to Real Madrid. Now, Real Madrid, they have a lot of problem. Yes, Tuesday they went all the way to Kazakhstan to win 5-0 against Akairat, but the performance, especially in the first half, wasn't convincing.
Yeah.
I watched that match in the first half and I was like, what are they doing? Because I was, utterly surprised about how they were moving, but in the end, they got the win, and I think that's the most important thing. But in their quest against Villarreal, they played in the Kairat game. They played Dean Huijsen and Alaba in the central defense. I don't think he's going that with that pair against Villarreal. I think he'll go with Raul Asensio and Dean Huijsen. And in the right back, I think the right back will be where the discussion will be on whether to play Fede Valverde or Asensio. Asensio wasn't bad against Kairat, but I mean it's Kairat, and now you're going to face pacey wingers at Villarreal. They play in the 4-4-2 where there will be more or less two players always on your top, trying to find a way that if one doesn't go, the other one will find a means to go in the wings. So it will depend on Carlo Ancelotti, and I don't think he has played Valverde in the right back position this season. I don't think he has. So it will depend on him whether he will play him at the right back or in the midfield. And I'm not expecting Jude Bellingham to start this game. I said it that he shouldn't have started. He shouldn't have even started the match against Atletico Madrid, and rightfully so, because yes, he's our number one guy. When he's back to 100%, he will start. But
You said this, and I said, don't you think the presence of Jude Bellingham is going to create that imbalance once again? That's the problem you encountered under Carlo Ancelotti, because that means you now have to either do away with Maston Tondo, and then now you push other goalie to the wings.
I said no on that day because I thought the physicality was going to be the major impact. Only for me to realize that it wasn't even the main issue on that match. Atletico Madrid, yes, they had a physical abilities, but they weren't even trying to use that physicality. The more based on physicality around that side. They were more waiting on how you will create a chance behind them for your attacker. Hence, it was becoming very difficult for Jude Bellingham to find himself in those kind of spaces, leading them for them to way past 5 goals to 2. And also one problem, our set pieces. It's been bad.
Okay, how to defend set pieces? Yes, and I think Atletico Madrid targeted Dean Huijsen.
Yes.
And then that's Milos, what's the name? Alvaro Carreras.
Yes.
The area was, I think, they are a liability to Real Madrid.
When you look at the goals that they scored 5 goals. 3 of them was set pieces, a penalty, a free kick, and a corner. It was all based on set pieces. So if we are able to gather around and know how to defend on set pieces, I've heard that we've hired a new set piece coach, but I'm trying to see maybe there'll be a change of. We can't even score set pieces, even ourselves. Real Madrid can't even score set pieces. Apart from penalties. Obviously we will win.
So you say that the team is over depending on Mbappe? Now.
I mean the over dependence on the Mbappe issue. I've said it even before he came that when he comes, we are going to depend on him. He's going to be. I don't want that. That was what I didn't want to happen. I didn't want him to be our number one dependent, more or less of our savior. When he's not, in the A game, Real Madrid are going to suffer. That was the major problem. I was scared it would happen, and it happened, because look at what happened against Athletic Club. We played well in the first half. The moment the second half came, he was nowhere to be found. And when he was nowhere to be found, we were found funding. And hence, Atleti found their loopholes, found where we had our problems, and they capitalized and they scored us. So, So far, the goal scorers in the La Liga has been Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius, and Goulet. 3. The rest are nowhere to be found. And also Master Antoine, who has just scored 1 goal.
All right. So
Nowhere
who's
to-
winning?
Oh, Real Madrid 2-1.
Okay. So in the last 4 matches, Real Madrid has won 2 and 1 has ended in a draw. That means Real Madrid are superior in that particular fixture. But Villarreal this season has been very good. Now, can they contain the presence and the form of Kylian Mbappe? And
You don't stop.
The creativity of Goulet in the Real Madrid team. That's very difficult. And I think Real Madrid, they are going to extend it. I don't think Real Madrid will lose 2 consecutive times in the Spanish La Liga. That means they are giving up on the Spanish La Liga because Barcelona in the league, I don't think they'll be losing to Sevilla. Do you think Barcelona have a chance against Sevilla?
No, they are coming up against one of the worst sides this season in La Liga. There's 9 points gap between the two, or even 10 points gap between the two. And this is a side that when Barca meet, it's a different game. Barca are over dominant on them. Last season they took 9 goals, both home and away. 5 at home, 4 away. And Barca going into this game on the back of a very painful defeat at home to PSG. It is time for a comeback. Now Lamine Yamal is back fully fit. We're expecting Bardi to start the game. Rafinha will come back after the break. But
Marcus Rashford and other guys.
they have to step up, and I think that they will be playing with the third gear, playing with a lot of pressure on Sevilla. I see a similar scoreline like last season, 4-1 it ended, and I think that is going to happen again over the weekend.
So the last time Sevilla beat Barcelona was in 2021. That ended in a 2-1. Yes, and even so that was even in the Copa del Rey.
No, it wasn't in the league. Yeah,
That was even in the Copa del Rey.
in
So
the league.
You trace back the last time Sevilla beats Barcelona in the league. Come on, I think it's very. I mean, it has been a very long time.
It's been a long time.
Yeah,
and Sevilla used to be one of Messi's babies.
Yeah, favorite.
Scoring them every week, every week when they
so
meet.
I think it has been long since Sevilla beat Barcelona.
And
I
with
think
Sevilla, I don't know the kind of project they are trying to run. You had one of the most exciting wingers in the league. That's Nodi Lukabaku. You sold him to Benfica. Who are you bringing him to replace Alexis Sanchez?
No. So you see,
I
that
understand.
bounce back to what Getafe, the owner of Getafe, he said about the league. He's your best player. You wouldn't like to sell him, but because of the regulations in the league, you need to offload players to raise money to be able to have that financial muscles to register players and get players in the team. Don't you think the financial the rigidness of the regulations in the Spanish league is actually affecting this club? Because at the time, Sevilla was a very dominant force in the Europa League, but now they even struggle to qualify.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it affecting them? Yes, it's affecting them. You can see how they've even tried to make their signings. Over the last few years, they've made their signings based on loan signings, French signings, try and lock, those kind of signings. And it's kind of worrying because for a side who was dominating the second side of the European football, that's the Europa League, to be down the spiral like that is quite heartening. And I hope maybe they will try and get their form, but so far it's not looking like that.
Because they can't get their form off. They can't. I don't think they are going. They are going to get their form any moment from now, because I think it will take time, because it's been the what's their name? They don't have the money to sign good players. They don't have the money to sign good players.
And that's the truth. Teams like Levante, look, they 3 days to the start of the league, they had just 3 players registered. Levante. So we always talk about Barca's issues, about the only club in Spain now that is far away from having these financial issues hurting them is Real Madrid. The rest are in a similar situation. The league has a strong and strict rules on financial regularities, and it's hurting them. Sunderland spent more than Barcelona in the transfer window.
You understand?
So it tells you how now strong the
that.
Premier League is over the Spanish La Liga, and the teams are
Now,
struggling.
lastly, in the Italian Serie A, Juventus versus AC Milan. First and second. I told someone that AC Milan stand a chance of winning the Italian Serie A this season because they are not playing in Europe and they have an experienced Italian Serie A coach, a coach who has been vibrant in the Italian Serie A with Juventus. Now he's going to coach AC Milan. AC Milan have history in the Italian Serie A. They are first currently on the league. Do you think they still can win the Italian Serie?
Oh, yes, they can. They can. And even when they won under Stefan Pioli, I didn't expect them to win. And again, this time with a very successful manager in the league, Allegri, with Juve, he can do some magic with them. And coupled with the fact that Napoli are also in the Champions League. This time, Conte is being challenged to combine two league competitions, Champions League and the Italian Serie A. So Milan have the chance. They still have some very, very good players on their side. Pulisic is on form. If you take out Harry Kane, Mbappe, he is the next guy in terms of goal contribution in Europe. So, and Leao also, then when he's on fine form, I think that AC Milan can do something. This one at home, I mean, these derbies are very, very dicey. They are very dicey. I don't think that there is a standout clear favorite here, but Milan with their form, they are all on the same point. So I feel that it's a cagey game. Milan can use the home advantage to their side.
All right, who's winning?
I mean, it's going to be a very hard encounter, especially at the Allianz Stadium, Juventus and AC Milan. Max Allegri returning home to where it all began. So I say it all began, but it's where he made his name in the Italian game. Now, there's one thing I want to talk about AC Milan. It's about how they've instilled discipline in their team. The last coaches in which they came, that Sergio Conceição, even Stefano Pioli, there was not much discipline in the team. And I think Zlatan Ibrahimovic really made it clear that the disciplinary issues in the team is part of the reasons why it was affecting the team. There was a time Conceição told Theo Hernandez and Rafael Leo, they just came on and he told them to come back so that they will have team talk. They had, I think it was a water break, so they should come so that they will have team talk. He said no, they won't come because they just came on, and it became a big issue. And for you to handle such egos in your team, you have to have a coach who also has that same type of ego. When you look at Napoli, they have one in Antonio Conte, and now with AC Milan, it's with Massimiliano Allegri. I think the only issue with Massimiliano Allegri was if his tactics was going to be implemented well in the AC Milan side, and so far it's going on well. Apart from their match they won lost to Cremonese, everything has been going on superbly. The likes of Luka Modric, Pulisic, the rest have been superb, and I think they are going to put a very tough fight. And Juventus too as well have been doing so far with their coach Igor Tudor doing well. So personally, I hope it will be a draw, but per what I've seen, it is going to be a draw. It's going to be a draw.
You see, I believed Massimiliano Allegri and his AC Milan team when they beat Napoli last week. At a point in time, they were on a red card, but they were able to manage the game. Check the quality of Napoli, even their coach Antonio Conte. They have Kevin De Bruyne. They have Scott McTominay. They have the men, Rasmus Højlund. But they were able to at least get a win in that particular match. That shows that they mean business this time. That shows that they have a coach who knows how to win the Scudetto. I think they actually, I see them at least to get a win in this particular match.
They win at the Allianz Stadium. Yes. Juventus are playing at home.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, at home, I think it's going to be very difficult.
They are coming in with a motivation.
Yes, they are coming in with a motivation, but
they beat the defending champion. They are more. They are ready. You see, they had more rest.
Oh, rest.
Juventus played the Champions League.
Yes.
The last time AC Milan played was last weekend, Sunday.
Yes, Sunday.
So they've had a whole week.
They had the whole week to rest. You understand? And you just played just this week, and you're going to play.
It is just
this weekend again. So I think Napoli have had more. AC Milan have had more rest.
So you are basing it based on them having more rest.
Based on them having more rest, based on them coming in with a motivation that they just be the defending champions, and also with an experienced coach and with the quality they have. Look, I think
that the AC Milan team have a group of players that have experienced enough in the league.
Yeah.
And even outside the league, they are still
In the
experienced.
game.
Yes, I'm talking about the league because there's a certain Rafael who's been there and there. Pulisic has been there. And Modric is first, but this is a guy who is a Ballon d'Or winner.
He has won everything in
he
the
has
game.
it all. So this Milan side, gradually they are
We
becoming
have
a force.
Adrien Rabiot, who was
Yes.
playing for Juventus.
Yeah, he's now at AC
Now at
Milan.
AC Milan.
So they have quite a solid team. But
All right.
you can't say the same for Juve. Quite some young players, Weston McKennie, Locatelli, Cambiasu, and this Vlahovic. He's now trying to find his
They have
feet.
Chinko Conceição. They have a lot of players who can handle the.
Yes,
ability
they
of
have the
this
men to handle this thing. But you see, Igor Tudor just took over from Thiago Motta last season.
Yeah.
He has had a very good start, yes. You understand? But as compared to Massimiliano Allegri,
Yeah.
check the Juventus quality as compared to that of AC Milan's quality. Understand? All right. I think we should end here, eh? All right.
Yeah.
Once again, let Chelsea lose. Let Real Madrid lose. This is the 4 Post podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on post notification bell, and also share for other people to join. My name is Albertine Lopez, and once again, I did this with
Fanboy Anthony.
what's it, fanboy?
And Preston.
Preston. So we are out. Subscribe. Bye bye.